a few years back, we were driving through Oregon. My wife was driving. My kids were small, and they're in the back seat. And my wife wanted to pull over and let me drive, but she couldn't find any place to pull over. We got stuck behind this big, huge semi-truck. At one point, another van passes the semi-truck on the left, and I said to my wife, there's no place to pull over. You might as well go around this semi-truck too. So my wife pulls out into the left lane. That van's in front of us. The semi-truck's on the right of us. And while we're passing the semi-truck at 65 miles an hour, the van in front of us lights up its brake signals. I mean, it comes to a full, complete stop. There's some obstructions in the road. It just, and it's one of those situations where you're not going, are we gonna be in an accident? The question is, how bad is this accident gonna be? And we come barreling at this van. I think we're gonna die. I think my kids are gonna die. Everything goes into slow motion. At the last possible second, my wife, the Mario Andretti of Pentecost, my wife, she takes that wheel and she doesn't overcorrect this way and she doesn't overcorrect that way. She yanks that speeding van, puts her foot on the accelerator, not the brake, that's key, and she goes in between the truck and the stopped van and threads the needle. There must have been a centimeter on either side of our mirrors of space in the between spot on that road. I looked up as we went through that threading the needle, and I saw the semi-truck driver up there. He was like mouthing a word in slow motion that I cannot repeat in a sermon. Shoo! Moment of silence happened. My heart's beating. I realize we're gonna be okay. Finally, I look at my wife, she looks at me, and she says, I think I'm good to drive the rest of the way now. I'm telling you, my friend, what you and I need to do in this moment is not overcorrect to the left and not overcorrect to the right, but take faith and wisdom and put them together in a mature unity. What is faith? Look at Stephen here. Faith is this: God's grace and power with him, and he performed wondrous signs. What does it mean to be a person of faith that goes, I'm gonna believe that my friend Logan gets healed. I'm gonna actually go out there and pray for people. I'm gonna go do good and take risk and believe in faith that God's gonna move even supernaturally. That's faith. What's wisdom? It says in verse 10, they could not stand up against the words he spoke, how he handled himself, his arguments and thinking. You know, the problem is we got a lot of wisdom people. Man, they are reading every email. They're doing their research. And we got a lot of faith people. They're taking risks. But if you put faith and you take wisdom out of it, you get foolish risks. And if you take wisdom and you take faith out of it, you get inaction, complaining, analysis, paralysis. We need Stephens. We need Peters and Johns. We need Marys. We need that early church that said, I believe God can move, and I'm going to be wise about it and mature about it. I'm going to thread that needle, not be offended, and keep moving forward. Are we there yet? No. But I'm believing we're going to get there. I'm believing that in this season, my friends, the church can grow, should grow, will grow. But we've got to stop attacking each other. We got to go after the problem. And let me be clear what the problem is. The problem's not political. The problem is sin and brokenness. And the answer is the gospel of Jesus Christ. We've got to take faith risks right now with maturity and intelligence, sober minds, and a humble spirit.